Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to Ryse Wrestling here on IndyWrestling.us. We have Christian Noir kicking things off for us here. Chris, you've seen Christian Noir now a few times. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts on this this monster of a man?
Christian Noir is one of the most exciting, one of the most dynamic wrestlers in Ryse Wrestling. But speaking of exciting and dynamic, listen to this ovation.
They love him here in Pittsburgh. Cowpoke Paul. With the Cowpoke Posse, not the Simp Squad, the Cowpoke Posse.
Cowpoke Paul with one of the biggest upsets in Ryse history last month after he pulled a pinfall victory over Dalton Throttle. He's got a ton of momentum. And on the opposite side of the coin, Christian Noir a little bit on a bit of a slide here.
You know, pro wrestling is up, it's down. You've got to be able to try to ride that wave of momentum and turn things around. Noir's looking at someone like Cowpoke Paul, 1-1. We know nothing about him as far as really what he brings to the table. He's only had 2 matches to my knowledge. So Christian Noir's looking at this matchup like this is my chance to turn things around against a very inexperienced competitor. On the other side, Cowpoke Paul's looking to show everybody that wasn't a fluke. That wasn't the biggest upset in Ryse Wrestling history. I'm here to fight and I'm here to win. So we're going to see really who is on the upswing. Trying to put the fear of Cowpoke up in the wall.
Double leg, and he's aggressive right out of the gates. Oh, Cowpoke brings it right back. Both of these competitors very popular here at Ryse. This would be an interesting matchup.
You don't see a lot of boos and yays with a ground and pound. Look at Cowpoke Paul showing the quickness and then the strength with that. That was a very hard lariat.
Here in the corner. Oh, with a basement pump kick. And a leg drop. Cowpoke Paul doing very well for himself early on. Only a 1 count, though.
Look at that quickness.
Oh, I've seen this before. Oh, nice roll-up variation. Look at that, the waist lock right into the roll-up.
Cowpoke Paul trying to get that win early, trying to show everybody that speed and quickness and heart is enough to get the win.
Boot to the midsection there by Noir. Irish whip. Up and over. Oh, nice! Look at that into the sunset flip. And Noir's going to take a break.
Takes a lot to scare Noir, and I think he's afraid of getting pinned in that ring. Getting out of dodge real fast after that series of pinfall attempts. Cowpoke Paul, I'm telling you right now, he's here to show. It wasn't a fluke. I'm not a fluke. I am a competitor trained through the stronghold. And Brandon knows what he's doing, so you know he learned everything that he needs to learn to be successful.
This. Goes for a pump kick, gets it. Yeehaw! Oh, Noir caught him! Noir caught him! Out of midair! That is deceptive. Oh!
Back first. And hanging on for another one, the kidneys of Cowpoke Paul.
Oh no, not this. Side suplex!
Oh man. Again, the lower back and kidneys. And now you got to think, this is the first time that I can imagine Cowpoke Paul's been in an in-ring situation with his back being attacked the way it was.
Oh! Huge kick right to the jaw.
This match is brutal and violent now. A lot of quick pins, a lot of catch can in the beginning, but it's turned violent fast.
You know, Noir is been embraced by the fans recently, but do not forget, this is a dangerous man with a mean streak here.
Absolutely, and the thing about Noir, I mean, he is going to beat you senseless if he gets the opportunity. He's going to put the fear Noir in you, and he's doing it right now. You see the shoulder strikes, the kicks, the punches, everything that he does with that extra emphasis.
You see he grinds that shoulder into the midsection. Oh, ducks a chop. Big chop there.
Cowpoke shushing the crowd for a second
And
one.
Noir is reeling early.
That was a thud. You know that the thuds sometimes hurt more than anything when you're taking a chop in the ring.
That blistering chop, the sound reverberating here in the Uniontown Mall. Irish whip. Reversed there by Noir. Big shoulder tackle.
Wow.
Did you hear that crack?
Again, Noir is going to cut things down. He's going to move this match at his pace, and that's what you see right there with the offense that he brings to the table. He is going to move the match to his pace, slow things down, grind him to a halt, and then take control like we're seeing right now.
Ooh, big elbow strike there to the back of the neck.
Very deliberate. Noir knows what he's doing. He knows where he's planting those strikes.
Barely a 2 count. That shows you that Cowpoke's still in this fight. Oh, but he pulls him up by the throat.
He's resilient, but you see, they're still fighting Cowpoke.
Crossbody. Oh, again. Look at the strength of Noir. Noir is deceptively. He's biting him. He's biting him in the side. Oh, swinging Sambo suplex.
Wow. I thought that was over right there. Biting your opponent inflicts pain, inflicts mental damage when you're in that kind of pain of a bite, and then you're thinking about it. It's throbbing, it's hurting. Did it break the skin? Is there an infection? There's so much going on when you get bitten by another opponent in the ring like that, especially in an area like the ribs.
Oh, Noir is torturing Cowpoke Paul.
You know, Cowpoke's shown a lot of resistance. He's shown a lot of heart. He's fought out of a lot of tough situations already in this matchup. But things just, every time Cowpoke fights, things get more brutal from Noir.
And Noir is chewing him up at this point, no pun intended. And Noir's starting to get agitated here. He's starting to get distracted by the Cowpoke posse. Noir should get back in the ring. He's lost his focus.
This is giving Cowpoke a lot of time to recover here. And
big jaw
chin checker.
Oh, puts both knees up. Oh, gets the crossbody block. Ducks the wild haymaker. What do we got here? Whoa, huge lariat!
Inside out goes Noir.
That's gonna be all 2!
Oh! I thought that was the end of this matchup. Cowpoke Paul with a huge shotgun lariat. And he's strutting into town.
Getting ready to draw at high noon. Noir's up.
Oh, what a boot.
Big kick right to the mouth.
And that might have been the last gasp.
Early in the night, this crowd seems split 50-50. Now they're 100%. Oh, into a stunner! Nice counter! Big knee strike. Noir's rolling out of the ring. Oh!
Smart move, whether he meant to or not. That could have been instinct. That could have just been where his body decided to roll.
That was lucky for him. That was very lucky for him. As I said earlier, earlier in the night, it looked like a 50-50 split. This crowd is now 100% behind Cowpoke Paul.
You know, that when someone like Noir is going to decide that I don't need the crowd behind me to be successful, it's actually a hindrance, and you have someone also like Cowpoke Paul in the ring that just naturally has that charisma, makes you want to like him, you're going to see that kind of a shift in the crowd.
Oh! Only a 2 count. It took all that time to get him back into the ring.
Cowpoke Paul, what's he thinking? He's pointing at the turnbuckle.
Cowpoke Paul, not known as a high flyer. He's a smaller wrestler, but I wouldn't consider him a high-risk expert.
Maybe we just haven't seen the big guns yet, Chris.
Noir's up! That one looked like it got him in the throat. What do we got here?
Another
he's biting him again. What do we got here? He's pulling him up. Superplex!
Wow!
He hangs on! He's got him! He's going to try and punish him some more. Another suplex. Wait a counter. He won. Cowpoke Paul wins it. That's 2 huge wins in a row.
It's not a fluke. Cowpoke Paul is here to stay. He is here to fight in Ryse Wrestling.
Unbelievable showing by Cowpoke Paul. Countered the superplex into a roll-up.
Cowpoke Paul is now plus 500 in a Ryse Wrestling ring.
That was a phenomenal opener here at Fear itself.
And you gotta wonder what Noir's thinking right now.
This is an unfortunate skid. Noir has been a phenomenal competitor here at Ryse. Look at this.
You know, after a contest like this, you want to see that handshake. I don't know if Noir is going to go for it, but you want to see it.
He's frustrated. We saw him frustrated last week, last show with his struggles. He was going to go to walk away.
Cowpoke Paul saying, no, come on, man. Hold your head up high. That was a great contest.
And it was a great contest. He has nothing to be ashamed of.
And even after the dirty tactics, Cowpoke Paul still willing to shake hands. Shows you the kind of heart and kindness he has for his competitors.
Look at that.
There, you love to see it.
Hey, man, what's this? Oh, headbutt! What is this?
This is Christian Noir.
Oh, that missed! Oh, it's got him in the face! He's trying to smother him! This is so unnecessary! Come on, Noir!
Christian Noir may have lost tonight, but he made a statement. And if this is the Christian Noir that is going to be walking into every Ryse Wrestling locker room and stepping into every Ryse Wrestling ring, that locker room better be on notice, because things are about to get fearful once again.
In a pure technicality, one half of the Ryse Tag Team Champions, the Great Success has elected to invoke the Freebird rule, which for some of our younger fans, they may know better as the New Day rule. Basically, any combination of the Great Success can defend the tag team titles. Joey Sinceri is not here this evening, so that means in his absence, Jordan Styles is one half of the tag team champions.
Listen, every single member of a football organization gets a ring when that team wins the Super Bowl. Jordan Styles is a competitor in this group. He has put in more than enough work. He helps them with tape, with training. Jordan Styles is the tag team champion.
We're talking about those Ryse Tag Team Championship. Jordan Styles may be the only reason that Keith Haught is still not one half of the Ryse Tag Team Champions.
More than enough reason for Jordan Styles to carry around that belt like it's his, because it is. And I love Keith Haught. You know that. Keith and I go way back. We're practically brothers. But Jordan Styles is a tag team champion, just like Great Alexander, and just like Joey Sinceri. But Keith Haught has a bone to pick with this unit, and he's going to do it right here, right now.
Jordan Styles dressed as a hospital patient? How would you describe what he decided to do?
It was a hospital patient for sure, and like I said the night that it happened, I saw this hospital patient walking around in the back, couldn't figure out why, should have told somebody sooner, and I didn't. That's my fault. I've learned to speak up now when I see things that are odd or out of place.
Well, if you see something, say something.
That's absolutely.
The Emmy Award-winning Jordan Styles, and folks, that is not a gimmick. This is a legitimate Emmy Award-winning individual.
Look at the look on Keith Haught's face. There's no fun in those eyes. There's no happy-go-lucky like there usually is.
Speaking of, and there goes the Emmy, and there goes the titles, And there might go Jordan Styles.
Keith sending a message. We haven't forgotten.
Keith is out for revenge. Big chop. Look at this. Look at the aggression. I don't think I've ever seen Keith this aggressive.
And look at the war paint on Keith's face, and Keith is on a war path tonight. Things have turned a little sour, but
look at Keith. He's saying, bring it on.
This is another level. I haven't seen a Keith Haught like this since he was vying for the Ryse Grand Championship.
Oh, big elbow strike. Oh, and one of his own by Jordan. This is a fight, folks.
Keith is happy-go-lucky. Keith is one of the funnest people in the world. But we talked about it before. Keith Haught is a ball of energy when he is heated, and he is setting that ring on fire right now.
Jordan Styles is just being overwhelmed. You know, in boxing, you talk about volume strikers. People who just overwhelm you with the number of punches that they throw. I'd say Keith Haught might be right into that order.
And look, Keith biting now. Keith's a wild animal in there, and there is so much weight behind every strike that Keith throws, because not only is Keith a large man, but he is so dense, and that density creates, I mean, he has the density of a dying sun, and that density creates so much impact on every move.
Oh, misses the senton. He was going for Jordan's head on that one. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a war.
Oh, knee DT. Look at that by Jordan Styles.
And that's how you cut that momentum down. And a lot of times you see leg work on a tall, lanky competitor. But like I said, when you have someone the density of Keith Haught, you know, sometimes taking out that vertical base is just as important because they're not able to shift that weight around. You see Keith now, that knee, already struggling with that knee.
Jordan working very hard, focusing on the knee.
And you see,
wait a minute, look at this!
Alexander. And the knee is such a fickle component to the human body. You know, a lot of times you'll see guys work over the knee for a long time, and a guy will fight out of that, or a girl will fight out of that. But you can destroy your knee in a non-contact injury. So at any point, a move like a knee DT, like hanging the knee over the rope like that, at any point it could cause career-ending damage.
Look at this, Keith still fighting back. Oh, goes right back to the knee. Hey, smart by Styles, focusing on that injury.
Into a DDT. And that's a move that can end any contest. But Keith able to wherewithal still to kick out.
You know, we have seen the great success, have great success.
Absolutely.
You know, forgive the pun. You know, in 2022, they've won the tag team titles. They're taking on all challengers and all comers. And what do we got here?
Big belly to belly, wow!
That is impressive strength, actually.
I have lifted Keith before. It is no easy feat, and I've never gotten Keith up as high as Jordan Styles there did. That was very impressive.
Jordan Styles might be the powerhouse of the great success.
Oh, for sure, but with the tactics that they use, another shot to the knee.
Low
with the
chop
tactics
block
that the great success uses in the ring, they don't get enough credit for their strength, their size, their expertise, their speed, their skill. I mean, we talk a lot about Joey Sinceri and what he brings to the table because of the success he's shown so far, but all three members, if you take away the tactics that they use and just look at them as a unit, or individually, all three members bring so much to the table, but nobody talks about that because
what is that nitwit doing?
Like this.
What is that? Come on, ref.
Using the numbers advantage, you notice no Tyler Vox tonight to help mitigate that advantage.
Tyler Vox is nursing that injury to his shin.
Yeah, and it's so smart to take out the vertical base of Keith Haught. I've said it before, but when you have that much weight and that much density, holding on to just one leg, trying to stay balanced, trying to stay from crumbling, trying to keep that knee from crumbling, it's just too much for a body part to bear.
Jordan looks like he's going for a modified heel hook. Heel hook
out of it.
Maybe from a toe hold.
There's some distance, there's some separation.
Gets the foot up
to his advantage.
You know, Keith has impressive flexibility for a man of his size.
Always has. Keith goes all the way to the floor off of a kick. Jordan Styles, I think Jordan Styles might have gotten a hand up and a push off on that kick.
Unbelievable. A huge turn of the tides here. Keith is rocked. He's rocked badly.
And you know what I think it was? That knee was supporting the weight on Keith's left side, and he threw the kick with the right, and that knee wasn't able to help support the
there's
weight.
press!
We need to check on Jordan Styles to make sure he is okay after that.
We need to check on Keith Haught. Oh, big clothesline.
And you notice Keith fighting through the clothesline attempt to Jordan Styles. That's the kind of strength, that bulldozer-like strength that Keith sends through.
Big headbutt.
But I'm telling you right now, Keith's wobbly. He's on Dream Street. Oh, what a senton.
Jordan might be finished. Oh, barely gets the shoulder up.
Shoulder up, but I would get the barf bag out because Jordan Styles might be throwing up after that senton. That was directly into the center of the body. That's
Perfectly
why I never
placed
eat before
senton.
shows, Chris.
Perfectly placed senton. I said about Keith's flexibility, he's good with the roundhouse kick. Is that the right move? Oh, look at that.
Right to the eyes.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Jordan Styles showing the strength in this matchup.
Modified side suplex. It looked like he may have been going for a blue thunder bomb, but couldn't quite get the rotation.
It's Keith Haught. It's that density of a dying sun. You do what you can, but that was more impressive strength on Keith than I've seen out of most, if not everybody, that's ever stepped in the ring with him in this Ryse wrestling ring. Jordan Styles is feeling
Wait a minute, he's handing him the Emmy. That referee, come on, ref, do your job.
Is Jordan going to go for this and throw this match away? Success isn't all about wins and losses. Sometimes it's about sending a message.
Keith gets a head kick! And he protected the Emmy!
You got to protect the gold. Keith Haught calling for the hot mess.
Look out!
The NB Meteor going up top.
One of the most devastating finishes in Ryse Wrestling. Wait a minute!
The shot with the Emmy. This crowd has lost their mind.
No, not like this! And Jordan Styles wins it! The numbers game plays its role again. Keith is once again outnumbered.
And that's why we can never talk about the skill level that they bring to the table, because they always take that route to victory.
An Emmy to the back of the head once again spells doom for Keith Haught and another victory for the great success.
Dalton Throttle has been sending messages to Brandon K rather directly for months and months now.
You know, and to this day, I don't quite understand what Dalton Throttle, Dalton Throttle and Brandon K were good friends. They were training partners. They, occasional tag team partners. I don't get it.
I've never held a vendetta against someone like this for this long. But, it's all about, we've talked about it for 2 matches now. We're going to talk about it for a third. It's all about sending messages and trying to separate yourself from the pack. And maybe by showing that you can take down, you can put down the old dog in Brandon K, the owner, the trainer, you're sending that message, I am the man.
But, it's one of those things where... these two competitors have a lot more in common than you would think at first glance. Both of them were, students of Brandon K. Both of them occasional tag team partners of Brandon K. Both of them are people that Brandon has indicated to me in the past that he's been very proud of.
Yeah, the only difference I can see is one is motorcycles and one is Twitter. Tad Jarvis over 1.9 trillion social media followers.
Do we have? I was about to say, do we have that confirmed?
Yes, I confirmed it. Independent studies, Chris.
Independent. Well, you know, those independent studies are making a big waves here in the wrestling business.
Independent studies say that Tad Jarvis has 1.9 trillion social media followers.
And all of his haters are. You know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence. Call an elbow tie-up.
Call an elbow tie-up, and not to just talk about one competitor. Dalton Throttle has over 1.9 trillion motorcycles. So, you know, both of these guys.
That
in this ring
seems
right
a
now,
bit excessive.
It's not. And you can see Tad Jarvis in the corner, and is Dalton Throttle going to go ahead and is he checking him for weapons? Oh, he took the phone.
I mean, those phones are still expensive, even if you do have them insured.
You don't tug on Superman's cape, and you don't touch Tad Jarvis's phone.
What's to do, a selfie?
Let's see here. Is it selfie time? It is selfie time. Oh, no way. You don't want to dirty up that camera roll.
Big right hands there by Tad Jarvis. Oh, boot to the midsection. Oh, hangs him up. I thought he might go for the slingshot suplex.
Now the kick to the gut followed by hanging up on the top rope. Definitely working on that midsection area, but then that big, nasty forearm to send Tad Jarvis all the way to the floor. And we got the phone back in play. Dalton Throttle saying, you don't want me in your camera roll? Too bad.
Did he just take a selfie, or?
He's taking one right now.
This crowd letting them know, letting Dalton Throttle know what they think of him.
You know, honestly, with that angle, it's probably a good picture.
I've been told I don't take good selfies, but it's because I'm old. Oh, big chop!
What a shot from Tad Jarvis. Again, you don't touch a social media icon cell phone. Or any mobile device for that matter.
That one, that'll probably do well on Instagram.
That is probably going to get retweeted by many high-ranking political figures, and you can see there's a big stomp.
You know, I gotta wonder, you know, is this Dalton Throttle, you know, thinking that he can step out of Brandon K's shadow?
I think that's what it is. It's trying to show. You see Tad Jarvis fighting back. This has been a back and forth contest.
Japanese arm drag.
Moment of the bell.
Big drop kick.
I think Dalton Throttle is trying to show, exactly like you said, step out of the shadow. I'm not just another trainee of Brandon K. I'm more than that. I'm bigger than that.
But the thing is that for all, I mean, you want to talk about people who are trainees of Brandon K? Let's talk about some people who are trainees of Brandon K. How about Lee Moriarty? How about, whoa, slingshot? And he breaks him in the hard way. How about Lee Moriarty? How about Thea Hale? How about Lady Frost? You know, how about Kurt Angle?
Yeah, but you look at Thea Hale, you look at Lady Frost, you look at Lee Moriarty, you look at Kurt Angle, and you look at Dalton Throttle. Dalton Throttle, I believe, graduated before or alongside most of those competitors, Kurt Angle not included. And Dalton Throttle has to look and say, you know, I've been one big kick out there. I've been torn down by injuries in the past. Everything that has been holding me back, and maybe he is funneling all of that towards Brandon K, and that's where that distaste, this hatred almost for Brandon K is coming from.
I mean, yeah, but like, how is that Brandon's fault? How is that Brandon's fault that, you know, he has not reached the heights yet of some of those other competitors?
Big knee to the gut. Dalton Throttle feeling himself now. How long was Thea Hale graduated before she was signed to the WWE?
Less than 6 months. Less than 6 months.
How long has it been since Dalton Throttle made his debut?
About 6 years.
That eats away at a competitor. Believe me, I wrestled for a long time without making really any waves in this business outside of the Pittsburgh area. It weighs on you. With Dalton Throttle, he suffered through the injuries, and you see that aggression right now coming out on Tad Jarvis, being strangled into the ropes.
But again, you know, who do you blame for that? You blame Brandon K for that?
Well, when you have the mindset of Dalton Throttle, you don't blame yourself. You have to focus it somewhere. Maybe Brandon made phone calls for Thea that he didn't make in Dalton's mind.
I was about to say, those are some pretty strong accusations.
No, in Dalton's mind, he made the phone calls for Lee. He put Lee in the position to be successful.
That's-
Why didn't he do it for me?
That's absurd, and if he feels that way, he's out of his mind.
He
Wait a
might
minute,
be.
reverses, pump handle slam,
This one
nicely
might be
done.
over. Not going for the immediate cover.
A little bit of a lackadaisical there. He had the cover right there.
Follows it into an elbow drop.
Pendulum elbow drop. He does make good use of the elbow drop.
This match was 50-50. Feet on the ropes. Not enough, though. Tad Jarvis with the Haught fighting back. This match was 50-50 for the first 50% of it. But at this point here, it has been all Dalton Throttle. And Tad Jarvis, I mean, you got to start wondering if he's getting to the point where he's going to say, I need to just keep the shoulders down and regroup here for the next event because I'm in a bad way.
Body lock. That's an underutilized maneuver. You know, the bear hug and the body lock, you can take all the wind out of a competitor.
I was a big fan of going to that body lock, that rear bear hug like that. It's a great move. And like you said, it takes the wind out of the opponent, but Tad Jarvis creating that distance. And creating distance is where you see
Pops
guys
up a
change
foot.
the momentum back up.
Swings through into the schoolboy roll-up. Small package. Oh, nicely done. Referee a little bit out of position. Boot to the midsection.
Big
spine buster. That's a move you made liberal use of in your career.
You know, I would go back and forth on if Dalton's is prettier or if mine's is prettier. I'm a huge fan of the maneuver. It is an absolute momentum killer. You can see right there, just absolutely killing the
Not
momentum.
going for the cover again. Now maybe Dalton should have paid a little more attention in class.
Dalton Throttle wants to put the exclamation point on this contest.
Oh, double
Huge
axe handle.
Another maneuver you don't see quite often.
Very effective shades of the Macho Man Randy Savage.
You know, the elbow drop, the axe handle, the tassels on the tights and the coat. I'm putting that together. There's probably a lot of influence there from the Macho Man.
No, he made liberal use of that diving double axe handle strike.
Absolutely.
To great effect
And now
throughout his
Dalton
career.
Throttle is arguing with the official about that count. But you
Throttle has been incredibly cocky. Well, and he might pay for it.
Step up, Enzugiri, and Tad Jarvis has got Dalton Throttle to the mat. Crowd behind Tad Jarvis here.
This has been a phenomenal contest. Brandon Kay should be proud of both of these men for their effort, if not their personalities. Inverted atomic drop. Oh, had that scouted.
Huge.
Back body drop.
Tad Jarvis getting this crowd behind him. Sent all the way through.
All the way through to the ring post. That could hurt. That could do some serious damage to the shoulder.
Dalton Throttle, not a stranger to shoulder injuries, trying to inflict that kind of similar damage to Tad Jarvis.
And you know, you mentioned the injuries that Dalton Throttle has sustained throughout his career. I think this has also made him a very smart wrestler, a wrestler who's able to avoid injury, to avoid risk whenever possible.
For sure. Spear! A spear out of the dive. But it was into that injured shoulder.
He did not get a ton of momentum with it. If he could have gotten a few more steps, this could be all. He still might get it, though.
The spear with the injured shoulder, and Tad Jarvis could not complete the cover. You got to think, if the shoulder wasn't out from the post shot, it's got to be out now.
Oh, palm strike to the throat. Wheelbarrow lock.
Oh, and the referee took a shot to the eye.
Ref is down. Took an elbow to the side.
Completely inadvertent. Going for the cell phone shot. Another spear.
Referee still out.
I believe that spear was with the healthy shoulder.
The referee caught one right to the nose. He's still disoriented. Oh, he got the phone right to the bridge of the nose.
Those screens are very expensive to fix.
What? What in the world? Come on!
Dalton Throttle going upstairs now.
Let's see that elbow drop.
Before, exclamation points.
And he plants him with it.
Straight to the heart.
Unreal.
Dalton Throttle getting it done by any means necessary. And that's
a big win for Dalton Throttle.
That's a message to Brandon Kay. Look what I did to your partner. Look what I did to your buddy. I used to be your buddy. Now you want to run around with this guy.
And you know, one day, sooner or later, Dalton Throttle and Brandon Kay are going to go one-on-one.
It was so much fun partnering with you for the Heart to Hope Telethon. I can't wait until the next activity. I just love partnering with you guys.
It was a lot of fun. I love being in the ring with you all and seeing how it operates and all that.
I know, right? So this is what I'm thinking. You know, we have our website, we have our Facebook page, and so we can put all of our activities on here that we're going to do. Oh, no. What is this?
Hey.
Overpromise and underdeliver? Have you had enough of those that don't have your best interests in mind? Then consider a
BC,
man
of course.
A man you
He never
depend
quits.
on. Me, BC Steel. The elect BC Steel Committee is responsible for the content of this ad. I'm BC Steel and I approve this message.
So he thinks he's going to be mayor now?
He's trying to take your job.
Well, I'd love to get him in the ring and discuss that a little bit.
Oh, you know, actually, I mean, I am the owner.
Oh, okay.
I could make that happen.
I'm in. If you can make that happen, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Now, I don't want to go by myself. I would like to have some help since I know that BC comes in with more than one person too. So do you
Yeah,
do you
he
have anybody
never
that
fights fair, so. All right. Brandon!
Oh, God, God bless. Yeah. Want to help?
You want to be in a wrestling match?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, hopefully he's healed by then.
He'll be fine.
Look at what Benjamin C. Steele has assembled.
When BC Steel is at his lowest, he scrapes together what he can, and he rises back up to the top. You look at this crew of monsters that he has assembled. This is a different SteeleCorp than I've ever seen before.
That name has been associated with many groups of wrestlers.
But none as scary, none as fear-mongering as the three in the ring right now.
I'm actually very curious to see, wait a minute, Benjamin C. Steele has something he wants to say.
That's par for the course.
You look like a homeless Mario brother.
Crowd work.
The views of BC Steele do not reflect the views of Ryse Wrestling.
For this matchup and what is about to happen, I blame one man, the mayor of Connellsville. But as your president of Connellsville, your prime minister of Fayette County, and your emperor of all things excellent, and the man that manages Pat the Bruiser, Crosshairs Skelly, and Colby Red, I have an official denouncement of said mayor, and you may have seen Primal Fear in AEW, in Ring of Honor, but tonight is the last, first, and only time you will see them in Ryse.
Primal Fear may have something to say about that.
Bold words from BC Steele.
Adrien Soriano, Matthew Omen, Gabriel Hodder. You've seen them on AEW. You've seen them at Ring of Honor. And now you're going to see them here at Ryse Wrestling. Primal Fear. These are three of the most dangerous men. Saw Pat the Bruiser getting a little froggy there.
I mean, you have three wild animals against three untamed beasts, and to let you know about these two teams in the ring right now, those words apply to both sides.
Oh, we got a fight going! Here we go!
Broke it down.
Pat the Bruiser! These guys are getting froggy early.
Is holding the ring against SteeleCorp. I tried to speak with these three in the back to get to know them a little bit, and to be honest, I was unsettled. But these are three wild stray dogs roaming the streets for their next meal. The only problem for Ryse is their next meal is violence.
And see, they're deciding who's going to go in and who's going to go out. I'm actually surprised this has been as cordial as it's been so far.
Well, I don't think we're going to see any handshakes in this one.
Looks like the headshot Colby Red is going to lead. And he may be the biggest gun, well, maybe not the biggest, but the most dangerous gun. One-on-one with Gabriel Hodder of Primal Fear.
Colby Red has been tenths of seconds away from being the Ryse Grand Champion.
Big shoulder check there.
And you see, not afraid to step into the corner and then turn your back.
Oh, look at this, though. Hodder off the back. Ducks the line. Oh, big crossbody there by the headshot. Up to his shoulder. Hodder reverses off his shoulder. Oh, big elbow strike.
Wow.
Nobody moves.
But there you see Colby Red's going to go to the strength.
You know, I will say that it looks like SteeleCorp might be bigger.
Primal Fear might be quicker, and we're going to find out who's tougher.
Only a 1 count.
I'll tell you right now, when it comes to who's more dangerous, I'll take the push.
Big elbow strike there. Oh, and smart tag team wrestling. Oh, Insaguri and a headshot. No pun intended. This brings in Crosshairs Kelly.
Wow.
Brutal, heavy hitter. Out of Central Ohio. And Hodder's fighting back.
We talk about primal fear and the danger they bring.
What about the danger that Warhorse brings?
Warhorse are currently tag team champions in companies from Chicago all the way to Pittsburgh.
Shoulder check.
But that is nothing to balk at. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think Primal Fear cares one bit.
Tag. This is Adrien Soriano. Look at the tandem offense.
Wow. I can tell you right now,
this is Matthew Omen.
I was in a tag team for a decade and I can't do that. You see Crosshairs Kelly trying to fight out of these maneuvers, but just Primal Fear moves too fast.
Oh my goodness! They move so well together.
They're so quick. I don't think Crosshairs Kelly can keep up with who's got their hands on him at any given time. Crosshairs is trying to decide, who am I even in the ring with right now?
Rakes the eyes. Crosshairs is going to take a breather here.
Yeah, but you're out on the wrong side. Primal Fear being real smart.
Look out behind you.
Here we go. Double super kicks.
And there goes Pat the
Primal Fear taking out all of SteeleCorp at one time. They're going to hold the ring again here.
What do we got here?
Colby's in a bad spot. Bang! That is not where you want to be.
And Colby is rocked!
Luckily for SteeleCorp, Colby wasn't legal there. And I know what this is setting up for.
What do we got here? Look out, front row!
Oh, cut off at the pass. And you got to think BC Steel warning his team, hey fellas, a dive's a-coming. BC Steel too smart to let that happen. Huge Uranagi onto the apron.
That is the aggressiveness of Crosshairs Kelly.
Colby Red posting one member of Primal Fear on the outside. And order is going to be restored here. Crosshairs Kelly in control. And SteeleCorp is in control of this matchup.
I think it might be a little early to be talking smack there, Ben.
Not for Ben.
As Adrien Soriano in the ring. Look at the size of Pat the Bruiser.
Now Soriano in a bad way. Pat the Bruiser feeling himself in this matchup.
You know, we were talking about how successful, oh, look at him, choking him there on the rope. Oh, and Matthew Omen gets one. The referee's going to try and maintain some order.
And it is breaking down again. This is not on referee George. Primal Fear needs to understand what kind of situation you're going to create there. And you got to remember, too, Colby Red.
Was there a legal tag there?
I think Crosshairs Kelly is just legal now.
He may have slipped in the melee.
When things break down, it's hard to keep track.
Soriano fighting. Big elbow strike there.
And you got to remember, too, Colby Red was in a tag team to start out his career with Pretty Boy Smooth. I mean, not a stranger to tag team wrestling.
Big roundhouse kick there.
See Colby coming in the ring now, ready to inflict some punishment of his own.
And they have got Adrien Soriano on the wrong side of town. Hey, frequent tags here. SteeleCorp is working well as a unit.
This is the first time that SteeleCorp has ever worked as a unit in a 6-man capacity.
Diving for that tag. Sunset flip.
Oh,
look at, makes a tag. Omen gets him as he comes in. Look at the striking by Omen.
These 3 men in Primal Fear have been a team for 7 years. They've known each other since high school. You got to see when you're friends for that long and been taking that kind of punishment.
Big drop kick. He drops the big man. Clubbing blow there by Crosshairs Kelly to break up the pinfall attempt. We got here.
Big
snap suplex
into the ropes. The distance that was just covered with that suplex. Colby Red's going to be legal now.
The headshot is the legal man. And they're now working over Omen. Brings him over.
Big German suplex.
Big German suplex. And breaks it up.
Broken up. Colby was looking to get a shot in. That's the violence. Colby not even thinking about the victory. Colby has attacked, and he tries to retaliate. There is so much retribution in a match like this where you have competitors like this.
And you know, SteeleCorp has been in here, and they have displayed that they may be the more dangerous group as far as size and striking. These guys are vicious, vicious powerhouses.
Pat the Bruiser holding on to the hair. And another shot for good measure from Colby Red. For this being their first time working together as a unit.
Oh, right hand there by Omen. Another one. He's fighting out of SteeleCorp's corner.
There's the boot. Crosshairs Kelly cutting down the momentum.
Kind of a combination of a big boot and a savant kick. Rear chin lock, once again, SteeleCorp in firm control.
Slowing things down, grinding down the opponent. Using that weight, you can see Crosshairs Kelly completely horizontal to the mat with his opponent to the side. You can see by doing so, it is so difficult to roll out of this kind of maneuver.
Crowd's getting behind Primal Fear.
Omen fighting back now.
Oh, pulls him down. Oh, a cheap shot.
Again, and here comes Primal Fear, the retribution.
Referee.
There is no upstanding on somebody else in this kind of a matchup.
Gabriel Hodder is a hothead, and he has almost gotten Primal Fear disqualified here by going up against a referee like that.
And when you show up in a company for the first time, that victory is so important for getting yourself to come back. Great showings are great, but wins mean everything when you're making a debut like this.
Look at the size. Pat the Bruiser is 3 times as large as Matthew Omen.
I've said it so many times. He has earned the nickname, the Bruiser, and you can see why.
Look at Crosshairs Kelly giving the crowd something to think about, telling them it's their fault.
Giving the crowd, giving Omen, giving referee George, he's doing his best in there.
And
That's like putting one zookeeper into a 6 hyena den.
Forget hyenas, this is more like 6 elephants.
And now Omen fighting back on Bruiser.
Oh, and a body check, nicely done. Good cover, this might be it. Omen kicks out at the last second. Notice Colby Red is not on the corner, is not up on the apron. He looks very emotionally invested in this match, though.
Colby Red is and always has been a different breed of cat. You could put him in a group like this, but I feel like deep down Colby's a loner. Sometimes you need to take that second to step away, get yourself out of your own head mentally to get back into the game. Colby just taking a walk and coming back.
Blistering chop there by Pat the Bruiser.
Also, when your team is in control the way that SteeleCorp is now, you don't have to worry about being up on the apron. No one's trying to reach for a desperation tag. You're good.
Oh no, this could be it!
Wait, he hit the post!
He may have hit the post!
He went all the way through and hit the post! Crosshairs Kelly just coming into the ring. And he's gonna pay for it! And you can see Colby's back up on top.
Tag's made! Colby's got him!
Omen unable to get there.
Pull him back into his own corner. Reversal!
Big knee strike! Gotta get there, gotta get there.
Goes again! That was not enough to drop him!
Going for another German.
Oh, out the back!
door.
Out
Back
the
through.
front! Tag made to Soriano!
Oh! Action's going too fast to call, Chris. I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
react.
goodness!
Wowza.
SteeleCorp is being out-clicked!
Bang!
Down goes Warhorse! Down goes Colby Red!
Wait, Colby hung on. What's this? Big kick! Connects right to the jaw with the heel. A front thrown kick, but the heel connects with the jaw. Devastating. Are we finally gonna see the trio dive? Primal Fear
Six
all the
men
way
hit
through.
the floor!
This
Primal
place-
Fear is ruling the roost!
This place is on fire, figuratively. Definitely not literally.
Oh, wait a minute, look at this. We got a brawl out there. Primal Fear is taking care. Oh, our cameraman just got taken out. Pop-up powerbomb! That could be all. 2. No, he kicked out.
Cameraman able to save himself on the apron. Damien, good job there with the quick feet and keeping the shot live. How impressive.
Adrien Soriano just took a pop-up powerbomb. He is in bad shape. I can't see from my vantage point how the rest of Primal Fear is doing. SteeleCorp in firm control of this contest. Vertical suplex.
He
Oh,
turned it into a cutter, into a stunner.
Great counter there by Adrien Soriano. Uh-oh.
Here comes the rest.
Warhorse is here. Oh!
This is what they were going for earlier.
Black Hole Slam!
And it was great for Primal Fear to show up, show us what they could do in this contest, but I believe it is over.
Gabriel Hodder!
Oh, no, wait!
Double super kicks! What do we got here? This is the skill of Primal
It
Fear
is
working
mass
together.
chaos. Wow, the do-si-do into the big double lariat.
And
from
that is the
Bruiser.
teamwork of Warhorse.
That's the kind of partnership where you see each other's eyes, you connect, and you just know what you have to do next.
Soriano is fighting off 2 guys who are both twice his size.
Wow, big stiff right hands.
Referee has lost complete control of this one.
I don't blame him.
Uh-oh.
Wait, Primal Fear, they did their research, they scouted it. Meeting of the minds. Triple super kick.
Down goes Pat the Bruiser! Primal Fear has a devastating finish. They call this the Fear Factor.
Bang, there it is.
Count to 1,000. Phenomenal first showing here by Primal Fear. Listen to this reaction there, Ty.
This crowd is behind Primal Fear 100%. They might not want to run into them in the parking lot, but they are happy to cheer for Primal Fear.
SteeleCorp put on a phenomenal contest, but at the end of the day, they could not handle the speed, they could not handle the aggression, and they could not handle the fear factor. And we are back here at Ryse Wrestling Presents Fear itself. We are back after intermission. We have No Mercy, Zeke Mercer. This is a bit of a bonus match featuring some talent that has not seen a lot of opportunities here at Ryse Wrestling, including a debut.
A debut?
Yes.
That is very interesting. I'm going to stop here.
Joe Murphy, the most caffeinated wrestler in the world.
I have not seen him put that cup of coffee down. He has been drinking it and refilling it this entire time that he's been here. I think he got here at like 3:30 in the afternoon.
He is a very caffeinated individual, I will say that.
And Zeke Mercer, competitor, has been all over. I've never gotten to cross paths with Zeke, but Zeke has been around for a while now, at least a few years, and has done packed a lot of pro wrestling into that few years for sure.
Zeke's put on a little bit of size. He's got an amateur wrestling background. Joe Murphy, a student of Brandon Kay and a student of the Stronghold Wrestling Academy. So, you know a little bit of...
See that caffeinated energy. We're going to get a handshake. Handshakes have not gone well so far this evening.
A little bit of a code of honor.
And I think that's what you get a lot of that out of Zeke Mercer. Someone who really came up, really loving that pure wrestling style. Like you said, amateur background, likes to implement that sort of wrestling technique into his work. And I think we're going to see a lot of that here. And Joe Murphy making his debut. I hope this coffee gives him the fuel because he's not in there with someone that you should be lackadaisical with.
Look at that, a couple nice
See, sometimes when you're in there with a wrestler that you're not expecting is going to overwhelm you with that wrestler's strength.
Oh, look at that. Nice reversal, though, there by Joe Murphy.
Joe Murphy hoping tonight isn't his cup of coffee in the big times, if you will.
Takes him into the corner.
Gonna get a clean break here. No.
Not quite. Snapmares him out. Into that side chin lock.
The forearm was actually across the cheekbone. Digging in just a little bit extra. Not illegal, but that crossface, that wrestling crossface sort of action you're seeing here. Again, that is definitely an amateur maneuver.
And that Murphy with Murphy's showing a couple tricks, some things that you've seen from the Brandon Kay playbook. So.
Well, like I said before, anyone coming out of the school is a competent wrestler because Brandon knows what he's doing. And you see there's a big shoulder tackle. Brandon knows what he's doing when he's teaching these students. So
absolutely.
For sure you're going to get competence, but a lot of the issue is going to be, is it overconfidence that you see a big hip toss? You know, you're going to have to worry about expertise,
nice
experience.
arm drag.
Big drop kick there.
Trying to get some energy from the crowd.
Getting not quite a 50-50 split, but definitely some people not quite on Joe Murphy's side. Probably not coffee drinkers, if you ask me.
Nah, they might be tea drinkers. Oh, reflect.
I don't drink either. I'm a nice Pepsi guy. Plug for Pepsi.
Black coffee right here. So, oh!
Big shot. Zeke going for the cover. Now, when you're not used to getting hit with maneuvers like that in a live setting, you know, you take moves in training. You have practice matches, quote unquote, where you're wrestling with your other students in your class. But when you're taking live rounds like that, it's really like going from college to the NFL. You're in the ring with someone that's going to hit harder than you've ever been hit before, throw you harder.
Almost a low-release brain buster there. You saw he brought him down on high on the top of his head.
A lot of inventiveness, and that's that sort of pure wrestling, puresu sort of style that Zeke's implementing here.
You know, Zeke Mercer, you know, he's another wrestler from the Pittsburgh area. Looks like he's going for the coffee.
Gotta get that fuel. If I'm Zeke, I'm not letting Joe Murphy get a sip. Big chop. Another one. Joe Murphy probably wondering, is this for me? Is this my line of work? After two big chops in the corner.
Look at the size difference, and he still plants him with the side suplex.
Zeke Mercer, very impressive. But Joe Murphy fighting out of it and showing that heart, showing that I'm not going to give up just because I've taken a beating so far. You know, that's what you want to see in a debut. You're not always looking for wins and losses in a debut. You're looking to see even really not a ton of offense. You're looking to see what does this competitor bring to the table as far as drive. And you can see a lot of drive coming from Joe Murphy.
Zeke Mercer is, I think, an individual who I would like to see in Pittsburgh wrestling and in his career in general get a little bit more. Oh,
here we go. Joe Murphy fighting back. We got a bit of a struggle here.
Who's going to get the suplex? Oh, a couple strikes there.
A couple body shots. Still fighting over the suplex.
Cannot quite get the suplex. What do we got here? Who's going to get the suplex?
Struggling for the suplex. This is unbelievable.
Has he got him? Has he got him?
And Joe wins. Joe Murphy wins the suplex struggle. You don't see a lot of competitors fighting that much for a suplex. You can see it's really impressive, honestly, for Joe Murphy to be able to hang on that long and still turn that into a suplex maneuver.
Joe's got the coffee.
If he gets a sip of this, it might be over.
What is that? That's decaffeinated. And it's not decaffeinated.
He is caffeinated up. Big.
Flying elbow.
3 shots of espresso. Official saying you can't have the coffee in the ring. What is this?
Flatliner. Nicely done. Oh,
you can see Joe Murphy hooking the leg before that flatliner, mitigating Zeke Mercer's ability to break the fall there. What's Joe Murphy thinking now?
He might need another sip. He might need another cup.
I hit Zeke with my best shot. What do I got to do? Going for another suplex. They're struggling again. And Zeke
with a Falcon's arrow. That could be it. That's probably all. And he kicks out.
More heart from Joe. And Brandon Kane knows how to teach heart, doesn't he?
Everybody out of the stronghold has a ton of heart. Oh, drops a knee right into the heart, speaking of which.
Joe Murphy getting a hold of the ropes there.
Stepping over. Mercer showing some frustration here.
Asking the crowd, y'all want to see something cool.
Maybe going. He uses that.
No water in the pool.
Jackknife pin. Oh my goodness.
Joe Murphy using that caffeine to get out of Dodge.
That caffeine gave him a little bit of energy, and it gave him his first win in the wrestling business. Good for him.
Dr. Carl Martin.
Dr. Carl Martin. Trying to make a patient out of that car.
What is going on in the ring?
Setting up a couch. Gonna take a deep dive into that Conard here.
We have a therapy session being set up. Wait a minute. I mean, listen, Dr. Carl Martin might be one of the most intelligent and one of the most dangerous men I've ever met in my entire life. He knows how to get into people's heads. He has a keen understanding of damaged minds.
And he is the ultimate enemy of Scientology.
Scientology is afraid of this man.
The question will be, is Matt Conard?
So, do you think Matt Conard needs therapy?
I'm not going to say no. The man dresses up as the Grim Reaper. He's like one of my best friends in the entire world. But
He knows how to get a rise out of people.
I assumed that all of you would have already judged me by the time I got to this race. And it doesn't surprise me what your reaction is. And I already know that all of you are beyond help.
Well,
I'm not going to say he's wrong.
All the madness behind your eyes, I might be a little bit scared. I am not here for any of you, though. Who am I here for, though?
Reaper, Matt Conard is so beloved by this Ryse audience.
and this tie could be very, very interesting.
Matt Conard spent an entire pandemic's worth of time soul searching, digging deep into himself, asking himself, who am I? What am I? And what have I let myself become? And I don't think he is going to let anybody try to make those decisions and answer those questions for him.
You know, you would say Matt Conard is a master of psychology himself.
And Dr. Carl Martin is a doctor of psychology, of psychiatry.
What does he have in his hand? Is that a map of the human mind?
It is either that or it is like a statue of Sigmund Freud. It's definitely something. I can't get a view of here.
I cannot imagine Matt Conard sitting down on a couch and telling anyone about his childhood. This could be very, very interesting.
They have met eye to eye. 50-50 on handshakes tonight. Looks like we're not going to get one here.
Please, have a seat. It
A therapy session?
I prefer to be comfortable outside. Ease and rush.
Reaper doesn't know what to make of this.
I've been paying attention. I've been watching you since you shattered your friendship with Zeke. Self-involvement, these delusions of grandeur. It's impressive. When you lost your championship to Mr. Johnson, and excuse me, Mr. Conard, when's the last time that you shared a meal with Mr. Cross? You see, you think that you're on some sort of road to redemption. Finding yourself, righting the wrongs around you. You see, this is just a facade. It's something that isn't real. You've been lying to yourself for so long, you don't even realize who you are anymore. I can help you. I can cure you. I alone know what you need.
I don't know what to make of
Or
this.
are you just gonna stand there and be a narcissistic failure?
Oh, and enough is enough!
Yeah, that's right. Now we're opening up a dialogue. And what I love about a good dialogue is that sometimes things get worse before they get better.
Matt needs to turn
Who is
around.
that?
Matt, turn around.
Who is that? Oh my goodness, look at the size of that man! Conard is rocked!
I think we're gonna have to let this go. I really did. This is gonna happen.
What in the world is going on?
I want to go help my friend, but I don't want to be anywhere near these two.
To you. A real patient who knows how the treatment works. If you're not going to accept the help, we're going to have to do it for you.
What in the, what, wait a, what does he have?
Chris.
He's got a plastic bag! He's got a plastic bag! He's choking him! He's choking him!
I want to let you breathe. Don't you want to breathe again? Don't you want to breathe for us? You might want to run. Ladies and gentlemen of Ryse Professional Wrestling, allow me to introduce to you
Ladies and gentlemen, in one fell swoop, these two have taken out Chris LaRusso and Matt Conard. And I was in there in person. I was up close and personal just now. Ryse Wrestling is definitely on notice.
He is the can't miss, must kiss, hot stuff, can't get enough, gold standard tough. The sensational millionaire playboy, pro wrestling's shining diamond.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris LaRusso, my broadcast partner here, obviously no longer with me at the table, and as if it couldn't get any worse than seeing one of my best friends and my broadcast partner attacked, I am joined by Benjamin C. Steele on commentary.
Did you see that?
I was there up close and personal, and it was horrifying to witness.
I love Dr. Carl. He might be one of my new favorites.
Chase Oliver making huge waves here in Ryse Wrestling, really vying for opportunities higher and higher up the ladder here, looking to maybe take a shot for the Grand Championship down the line. And Great Alexander, 1/3 of the Ryse Tag Team Championships, obviously making huge statements here in Ryse Wrestling. Two young, skyrocketing superstars here at Ryse. This is going to be fantastic, Ben.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting test. You know, when you focus on tag team competition, something that obviously you are very aware of.
Yes.
Sometimes your single skills fall by the wayside if you're not constantly working on them.
Absolutely, but as you know, having a manager type person out there can really make up for a lot of deficits that might be going on. For Great Alexander to not have that singles game on par, he's still got a backup plan out there with Jordan Styles.
Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be 2-on-1.
And Chase Oliver, every time I see him, I think has gotten bigger. He continues to put on size. He continues to take this business as seriously as anyone I've ever seen. Looks like an absolute star, and this is looking to be another star-making performance for him if he goes out there and does what he knows how to do.
It's going to be very interesting to see this conflicting styles, if you will. Get it? Because styles
yeah.
See how I did that there?
Very smart. But look at how quick, and I've pointed this out before, Ben, but how quick Chase Oliver is in that ring with the amount of size he's still put on. He hasn't lost a single step of that speed, but look at Great Alexander with that side headlock takeover, showing he's got that speed as well, and the kip up to boot. And I think Chase Oliver's a little shook at the fact that somebody's actually able to hang with him step for step.
Well, yeah, you don't want to get too egotistical in there. He is 1/3. That is 33.33% of the Ryse Tag Team Champions.
We're going to see a roll through, roll back, and another kip up. Look at Great Alexander. Now, I talked about this previously in the tag team match, but and I know that you're going to have a differing opinion here. Beautiful maneuver. I know you're going to have a differing opinion, but when you use the tactics that the Great Success uses, such as that foot stomp right there, your skill level, your ability gets overshadowed so much because that's not what people were talking about. So I think that someone like Jordan Styles in the opening contest or Great Alexander here definitely get overlooked. Big drop kick. A drill of a drop kick there from Chase Oliver. Definitely get overlooked because of the tactics that they use. No one's talking about how great they are in the ring.
Well, as a wise man once said, it only matters if you win.
True.
Everyone else is stupid.
And every time they go out there now lately, they are getting the bag, getting the titles, but look at the quickness. Chase Oliver with an arm drag. It's a beautiful, huge forearm. Beautiful catch-as-catch-can style in there between these two. A real change of pace of the attempted murder we saw in the previous segment.
That was so funny.
Look at that!
Oh, wow.
You can laugh all you want, but you can't laugh at the skills we're seeing in that ring. Huge leg trip. Into a big standing shooting star press. They're moving so fast, I'm getting tongue-tied.
And I think Great Alexander's going to need his issued timeout as a tag team champion. You do get timeouts.
And you're gonna have to apologize if I get. I'm gonna have to apologize if I get tongue-tied. I'm not used to the play-by-play role here. Big moonsault to the outside. I think Jordan Styles is the only one that ate that, though, taking a bullet for his buddy. This crowd loves Chase Oliver. And Great Alexander able to capitalize.
Well, I think there is a love for Great Alexander. It's just more inside.
Yes,
it's not so much
internal and a big suplex. And it's shown, like most love is shown to half of this Ryse roster, with boos and hisses and general dismay towards the competitor.
Well, no, I don't think they're boos. I think they're saying, boy, do we love Great Alexander.
Boy, do we love the Great Alexander. I'll have to listen on the playback to see if that's the case, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Well, I am insulted.
We got a fight in the corner. Chase Oliver and Great Alexander trading headshots to the buckle, but Alexander smart enough to know, I'm going to throw Chase Oliver a little further, and I'm going to make him eat the metal coupling between the ropes and the ring post, and that's the difference maker there.
You know, to our fans at home, you would be very shocked how effective hitting somebody with a piece of metal in the face is.
You know, I think that does translate well, and so does choking someone on a rope.
Now that is just bravery. Bravery by Jordan Styles, 1/3 of your tag team champion.
To take the beating that he took a little bit ago and still stick his nose into people's issues, yeah, very
exactly.
brave.
I am so glad that you agree. You know what? We're a pretty good team here. We could be the Bert and Ernie of Ryse.
Well, you know, I'm okay with being the Bert and Ernie of Ryse, but I would rather do that with anybody but you. And big shot there from Great Alexander, the big right hand. Great Alexander looks great in this matchup so far.
Well, they don't.
1, 2. The schoolboy, is it enough to change the momentum? See Chase Oliver capitalizing quickly. Back elbow puts Oliver back to the mat. You were saying.
I was going to say they don't call him the OK Alexander.
That's a fair point. What do you think his birth certificate says?
Well, I believe the great is actually hyphenated.
Okay.
But for trademark purposes, he takes that hyphen out for professional wrestling.
That's fair. You don't want Ryse Wrestling to own your own first name. Of the great.
Yes, the great, Latin actually, for excellent.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't speak Latin, it's a dead language, but that checks out in my book. You gotta wonder if Chase Oliver's gonna go out here. This is a pretty deep, well sunk in sleeper hold. This is good technique. I've said it in the past, these students of Brandon Kay's, man, they know what they are doing in between the ropes. No matter what road they follow, no matter what route they take, but Chase Oliver showing I'm not getting choked out, I'm not getting put to sleep here in the ring. Big kick straight up the nose. I would check for a pulse on the Great Alexander right now.
Well, I think we're, obviously we know we have a doctor checking, because Chris LaRusso took.
Chris LaRusso did get taken to see the doctor.
Oh, but I'll tell you,
it's not funny.
I disagree. But after that, we're going to need a dentist.
Was almost murdered in the ring. Not funny.
Oh, it's like my birthday's here.
I was there to see it, and it's something that I'm never going to forget. And both competitors reaching their feet at 7. Big step up in Zagiri. And a huge running head scissors. Chase Oliver feeling himself now. Big forearm in the corner. Into another Enziguri. Tripping the leg out, Oliver. A figurative house of fire. Not literal, because these sprinklers aren't going off. This huge sprinkler system here. You see the near fall. And Jordan Styles sticking his nose into other people's business once again.
Well, you'd have to think it's a matter of time before Jordan Styles. He has an Emmy. Does the referee have an Emmy?
Probably not. And Styles knocked off the apron, and Oliver going through the other side. Basement suicide dive. The official out to check on the competitors, and Oliver wasted no time making sure to get Alexander back in the ring. 1, 2, big kick out from Alexander. A lot of resilience there. You know, the tag titles aren't on the line. Very easy to just lay down, eat that pinfall, and move on to brighter days. Alexander is showing some toughness in the ring. But again, not something we talk about with this team very often. Out the back door. Oh, went for a big stunner there. The knee blocked. Caught with the clothesline. Back elbow connects. Blocks the knee again, and a forearm by Chase Oliver. Super kick by Chase Oliver. Ducks the kick. Connects with the knee. Third time's the charm. Wow! A big DVD. That's not enough. I'm sorry, Ben, I haven't given you a chance to speak because the action hasn't stopped.
Oh, no, well, now, wait a minute. Well, you take a breath. What had happened was, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a loss for words. This is a very impressive showing by both men.
That was unbelievable. That's one of the best exchanges, trade for trade, strike for strike, I think I've ever seen in a Ryse wrestling ring.
And I don't, we're not giving out awards for most improved from debut, but you'd have to put Great Alexander in that category.
Unbelievably skyrocketing.
A guy that had a lot of bravado, but you got to respect what he can get in the ring. Oh, and see, and now he's going to show the heights of his talent. The fruit, well, maybe if
he was going to for sure.
Well, that was going to be spectacular, I assure you.
What's Chase Oliver doing? He pulled the head in. Oh, what a punt! A toe kick to the face. Powerbomb. It's over. Unbelievable. That was a punt kick directly to the bridge of the nose, followed by a powerbomb. I am almost at a loss for words. What an unbelievable combination of maneuvers. And then for Great Alexander to kick out, that was very impressive.
And if you're Chase Oliver at this point, you might have to think, what's next? I mean, we know he has a wide arsenal.
I think he's going to go to the biggest move in that arsenal. The distraction, just enough to buy time. All the way around. Wow! What a tornado DDT! A satellite DDT for the win? No! And this crowd is really coming unglued for this contest.
Now, quite frankly, that was close. I mean, that was close enough.
We had a young fan try to get into the ring and help Chase Oliver. That's how much this crowd, these kids adore this competitor.
Well, yeah, that kid should be disqualified.
Well, he's not competing. And here we go. He's going to go for that stunner again. Backslide.
Well, no, he couldn't get him there.
That's the shoulder down. Great Alexander slippery like a snake. Package pile driver. What a kick out. This crowd doesn't believe it.
I think Jordan Styles, he's calling for Elizabeth. This might be the big one.
This might be the big one. And what has been so far a near show-stealing performance from these two.
By the way, that's Red Fox for anybody who wasn't aware of 1960s references.
I got you, Sanford and Son for sure. Here we go, up on top. What's this gonna be? Third time's the charm. He hit it. That full Nelson spit out into a stunner. Oliver's feet are on the ropes, though. Alexander's got to figure out what he's going to do next.
I'm telling you, this might have been. Oh no! Wait a minute.
Wait.
Now this is just a brilliant ploy.
Jordan Styles is capitalizing.
Well, wait a
second.
Hey.
Keith Haught was there next to us that whole time.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now explain to me how that's fairness.
This crowd is losing their minds. It's totally fair, Ben.
It's
totally fair. Schoolboy. 1, 2.
That was 3.
That was 2.
2's close enough to 3.
That was 2. Roll up. 1, 2. He got him.
No. What? No, Great Alexander said it wasn't 3.
Ben, you saw it. You can lie to yourself all you want. You saw it plain as day. A 2 count on Oliver and then a 3 count on Alexander. Chase Oliver's unbelievable 2022 continues to sail upward after an unbelievable performance. And Keith is in the ring. Epic shot by Keith.
Now that is not his.
That is turnabout, which, as you know, is fair play.
Oh, well, fine. Okay. The Emmy for instigator and putting his nose and behind in places it doesn't belong is Keith Haught. Well, Polly Wally Doodle all day to that then.
Well, you can sing and rhyme all you want, but it doesn't change the fact that Great Alexander got his comeuppance tonight, and Chase Oliver is on path for one of the best years in Ryse Wrestling. And Jordan Styles back in the ring now.
Well, now, come on.
Jordan Styles got a very tainted victory over Keith Haught in our first contest, and he's realizing his back is against a brick wall. Headbutt! Super kick! Two of the most popular competitors in Ryse Wrestling has this crowd on fire.
Now, this is not how you treat 33.33% of the tag team champions.
The NB Meteor is going up top for a hot mess. Wow. Oh, and it's not over, Ben.
No, where is security? Do we have anybody? Where's that little kid?
Enjoying this as much as everybody else. Watch the sprinklers chase. Gorgeous! You love to see it, Ben.
Oh, yeah, I love to see it. Boy, what would he do? Woohoo!
Benjamin C. Steele getting the show of a lifetime for his first match on commentary next to his old buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Cross.
Haven't had this much fun since you put me in a pink little dress.
That was fun. Chase Oliver the winner. Again, 2022 could be the year of Chase Oliver.
Good day, Ryse Wrestling. It is I, the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin, and I've noticed the best Ryse has to offer gunning for that grand championship. Well, I'm no stranger to championships myself. I've been all over this country wrestling the best in the world on NWA, AEW, and now, for the very first time ever, I stepped foot into a Ryse wrestling ring. And no matter who wins this weekend, whether it be PB Smooth or Edrick Everhart, I am throwing my hat into that ring because I am a gentleman first and foremost, but I am also a savage and I will do anything that it takes to win that Ryse Grand Championship. May 14th is a good day to win a championship. I said good day!
Here comes Ryse Wrestling's resident bastard, Edrick Everhart.
You know, you got a lot of nerve saying that.
He's done a lot of terrible things since Ryse has come back. He went after one of our best friends. He went after probably our best friend, the three of us, and he almost crippled him. And he ruined his wedding day. And since then, he's done nothing but be a terrible presence, but somehow manifested destiny, manifested this opportunity for the Ryse Grand Championship. And don't get me wrong, Edrick has taken all the steps. He's gotten ginormous with the time he spent in the gym. His wrestling IQ is second to none in this entire locker room. But he is just such a bastard. I call him a son of a bitch, but I like his mom. She's a very kind lady.
Well, look, maybe you can go to Thanksgiving dinner, and maybe when your former partner, easy for me to say, I'm trying to go into Latin again, but maybe when you go to Thanksgiving, he'll have about 10 pounds more gold to put down on the table.
If his year is going to continue the way it has, it looks like he will. But what he has to contend with is the 6'9" urban playboy and the Ryse Grand Champion, Pretty Boy Smooth. There are few wastes in this business that much gold looks that good around. But Pretty Boy Smooth wears it well. A great representation of this company. A great grand champion.
And he's taken on a lot of different competitors. He's faced a lot of foes. But Edrick, as you would agree, is just a little bit different than everybody else. Don't let that calm, cool demeanor fool you. He's going to lull you into that sense of false security and take everything from you.
And he's in the best shape of his life. When we were running around and winning gold together, I thought that this guy's in great shape. This guy has everything. He's the total package then. And I look at him now and you just got to think, there's no way that gold can be denied from this man much longer. But then you look at the grand champion himself, Pretty Boy Smooth. And you say, who can beat him? Who can knock him off the throne? Who can knock him off his pedestal? That's why this contest sold more tickets than any other contest we've ever advertised.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Ryse Grand Championship. Introducing first the challenger from the south side of Pittsburgh, weighing in at 225 pounds. He is the new ugly, Edrick Everhart.
And the crowd detests the #1 contender, and he loves every second of it.
And introducing his opponent from the Players Lounge via Hempstead, New York, standing at a legit 6 feet 9 inches tall. He is the urban playboy, the Ryse Grand Champion, Pretty Boy Smooth.
Pretty Boy Smooth feeling himself tonight, looking fresh to death. I can't make a prediction on this. It is so down the middle. Both competitors are absolutely at the top of their game right now, bringing the best they've ever brought to a ring. And we're gonna get to see them face off right now in the feature presentation. I'm excited.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a main event, a feature presentation, any card in the country.
Would be lucky to have.
You know, little known fact about Edrick, I'm sure you know this because you're his best friend. He does not like Pretty Boy Smooth. He was telling me earlier, he said, whew, you know, Pretty Boy Smooth has that Ryse Grand Championship. I want it, so I don't like Pretty Boy Smooth.
There's a lot of people in this world that Edrick Everhart is not a fan of. And that's always been in there. Even when he was happy-go-lucky, we were wearing flannels, we were being beloved, and we were loving the crowd. It's always been in there, that detestable disdain for wrestling fans for the rest of the locker room, and now he's just letting it go. And it's worked in his favor so far. Little leg check.
Well, hey, I'm not one to gossip. I ain't trying to, create a wedge that's more than there already is, but I don't remember Edrick ever having a Ryse Grand Championship shot before.
Not to my recollection either. And the one thing you got to remember here too, Pretty Boy Smooth was very near in 2019, seconds away from winning the Grand Championship for Matt Conard. And we actually interfered in that contest. And he hasn't forgotten that. I still get sideways looks from PB Smooth in the locker room because of that incident. You got to know he's going to be taking out a lot of frustration on Edrick. And you see Edrick just building that frustration, rolling out of the way, little leg checks, pulling the referee in between them. This is the kind of stuff, it's just going to frustrate PB, but is it going to take the grand champion off his game? That's what Edrick's betting for right now.
Well, yeah, look, there is an air of frustration that you get that laissez-faire type of reaction. He just looks calm, cool, and collected.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
Well, I mean, we're branching out. We could have a whole new audience here.
I speak a little bit of Russian.
Well, we could be saying, ¿Dónde está el Ryse Grand Championship? Aquí con Edrick Everhart.
You speak better than I do, and Edrick getting out of dodge. Again, playing mind games, refusing to lock up. That was the third, I believe, lockup attempt from Pretty Boy Smooth. And Edrick Everhart, 2 little leg kicks and then rolling out of the ring. And now Edrick Everhart mocking the chapstick application of Pretty Boy Smooth.
Well, one thing, PB Smooth is as cool as a cucumber, but you can get under his skin. We've seen it. Hey, it didn't work out as planned, but we saw it with Colby Red. We've seen it.
The grand champion work up close and personal. You've seen Pretty Boy Smooth when he enters the ether. You know what he can bring, and Edrick Everhart knows it too, still mocking Pretty Boy Smooth. PB's picking up the pace. Edrick's got to move.
Well, look, this is an all-or-nothing strategy. He's trying to hit a grand slam, or he's going to go down swinging. This is either going to throw PB off his game and give Edrick what he needs, or he's just going to anger him. But Edrick needs to keep that distance.
Edrick sits in his room by himself so much, thinking about wrestling, game planning. You know he's thought this out frontwards and backwards. Nobody talks about how smart Edrick is in that ring. And if he thinks it's going to work, I got to think it might also. And now, just as I'm talking about how smart he is, he turns his back. He had the high ground, turned his back to Pretty Boy Smooth and let him get into the ring. That was a mistake. Unless he baited PB in. The rear waist lock off the ropes, big boot. And this crowd, electric for the first true offensive maneuver of this contest.
I think they were getting, Edrick was under their skin as well.
Big toss. And I felt that before. It hurts. It's not a traditional land on your back type maneuver. You land on that hip, there's a lot of displacement that goes on there. Big splash in the corner. PB deceptively heavy as well. That height deceives the amount of actual size Pretty Boy Smooth carries on that frame. Such a large competitor. Calling for the choke slam early. This one might be done for. Edrick elbowing out. Oh, wow.
And, let's throw out this interesting, what we just saw earlier before this. Victor Benjamin is called next.
Victor Benjamin has dibs, it seems, on the next title shot. And you got to wonder, Pretty Boy Smooth. Now, I think what happened, Edrick Everhart kicked out of the pinfall, but at the same time created a low blow situation. The referee saying that was a low blow, and Edrick saying, I kicked out.
Well, that's just what we call a happy accident. It's like, look, have you ever pushed a kid off a swing?
I haven't.
Well, I've pushed a kid off a swing, and when he falls in the mud, it's just funny. Things just have a way of working out to people that put in the work.
Every time I think Edrick Everhart is the worst person on the roster, you say something and change my mind, and a big clubbing forearm. That low blow, I'm telling you, that might have been the straw that breaks this title reign's back. That low blow was a big, big game changer for this contest. And now PB just getting choked by Edrick Everhart on the top rope. You see most competitors choke on the middle rope, but with PB's height, you got to do what you can.
And that's effective. I mean, people can whine, complain, and
it gets the job done, Ben.
they can piddle all they want, but Edrick's not really going to be concerned about the means, more so the end.
And you look at Edrick Everhart, you're not going to see him do anything flashy. You see stomps, forearms, clubbing blows, because he is in there to get a decisive victory. It's not about the flash. It's not about the showmanship. He's trying to be grand champion. And but to do that, you're going to see a lot of right hands, closed fists, and then talking trash.
You know, and I mean, he'll focus and just wear you down. He's like an Anderson, just with longer hair.
Going for the German. I don't know if that's wise, though. PB back to the vertical base, working on the hands. Gets the hands separated. Another big club to the back. The offensive attack, the approach has been so simple, but so effective. Oh, PB stands tall. Edrick goes for the low bridge. PB doesn't fall for it. Over the top rope goes Edrick Everhart. We've seen Edrick bait so many competitors in with that low bridge maneuver, and PB's fallen for it before as well, but not tonight.
We just saw there a little bit of a different version of catch-as-catch-can one-upsmanship with PB.
And the fans, we've got fans running scared.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if they come over here, you're working alone because I'm going to be gone.
What a forearm. Edrick, they're working through the entire crowd here. Fans are terrified. It's like Bruiser Brody and Abdullah the Butcher. The official, you notice the official not administering the count out here. It is his discretion. He's deciding, he's trying to get it back in the ring. This is a grand championship matchup. He doesn't want to see it end in a double count out.
Well, yeah, I'll give credit to the official here, just letting it play out as it will.
Now, he could change his mind later as this match goes on, but officials, a lot of times, they'll see where they are in the contest and decide there's no way that this should end this way. These fans paid money to see this. It is a sporting event, but it's the official's discretion to make sure that this is being treated like a grand championship match. Edrick with the chop, but it wasn't good enough. Huge chop by Pretty Boy Smooth. PB getting the crowd behind him.
And you know, you want to talk about similar roads that these two have taken. Look, you know just as well as I do, there's always been the talk of Pretty Boy Smooth. Is he a big game player?
And oh, PB Smooth went to run Edrick into the post, but Edrick slips out the back door, shoving PB into the post himself. And I agree with you. PB has proven he had to fight and scratch a claw to prove he is the big-time player in Pittsburgh. And Edrick trying to prove that same thing, trying to make that same point.
Absolutely.
I am a player in Pittsburgh.
And these are also two guys that focused the longest time in the tag team route. And there was that question, can they get it done solo? What if they don't have somebody watching their back?
And now both are arguably near fall there, both arguably two of the biggest stars, single stars in this company, and you could argue in this area. Edrick Everhart is making huge waves in Pittsburgh right now. A lot of talk on the internet, and PB Smooth just all over the area, winning titles. Mr. Fresh to Death, the urban playboy, in a bad way right now though, and Edrick feeling himself. Big splash in the corner there.
And you just saw PB pushed Edrick away because he's now the one that's trying to create distance
He's
and
hurting.
keep Edrick far apart.
He's hurting, and Edrick knows it too. Edrick knows it, another big splash.
But this is where Edric's got to stay on him. Don't give PB any opportunity. Don't give him any time to breathe.
And it's incredible. In 2019, you wouldn't think that Pretty Boy Smooth versus Edric Everhart would be the Ryse Grand Championship main attraction. Wow! A version of Snake Eyes. Another big poop, and he laid out with it. In 2019, you wouldn't expect this matchup, and now you're getting it here. And it is delivering, like I said, probably two of, if not the two biggest single stars in the company right now. It's not very often you get to see two trajectories at this altitude cross paths. And we are getting it here. Edric taking off. He's uncovering the knuckles. These are bare knuckle shots now. Huge forearm from PB. Now, Ben, if you were advising Edric or if you were advising Pretty Boy Smooth in this situation, what are you yelling from the apron? What are you yelling from the floor? What's the game plan here?
Well, if it's PB Smooth, I'm going to yell, well, to
that.
throw a giant forearm is pretty good advice. But if it's Edric, he's got to completely stay on him, but know what you're getting into.
Wow, what a German. But PB kicks back up to his feet. What a lariat. That was all the energy these men had. PB put everything into rolling through that German and completing that lariat.
And if you're Edric, you got to find a way to shut these people up, because now is where PB is going to thrive.
Edric's trying to get to his feet first, but PB's going to get there instead. Goes for the grab. There's the shoulder tackle. PB is on his game tonight. Another huge forearm. Edric might have a broken jaw after this match. Edric gets out of the way but gets goozled. Go for that trip again. Wow! Pretty Boy Smooth with the freak accident on Edric Everhart.
And that was a smart maneuver there by Edric. Create yourself a little bit of breathing room.
He is a wily vet. He's got almost 12 years in this business. He knows what to do in and out of the ring.
See, now here's what you want to do. You see where my thumb is? Let me just put it right under your chin. Just see, that's what you want to do. Just right under the chin.
I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. A thumb to the eye.
You know, when somebody can't breathe and you're the one that did that, it's not only
Edric rolled
rewarding.
back to the apron. Pretty Boy Smooth. Oh! Pretty Boy Smooth stepping over the top rope, and Edric got him with the inadvertent low blow. Lariat! What a forearm! And he sent PB back into the ring.
And he just hit PB with everything.
And Edric's going up top. What is this? Frog splash!
We have a new champion.
It's over! Pretty Boy Smooth able to kick out. He took the groin shot from the top rope, a springing forearm back into the ring, and then a frog splash, but not enough to keep the grand champion down. And this crowd coming alive.
And this is the point. If Edric has anything in his game plan and arsenal that he hasn't gone for,
He's
now's
got
the
one.
time.
It's the gotcha springboard cutter. Oh, but it's PB that gotcha. Big shot. Edric is fighting out. Yeet. The right hand putting Edric down. Edric comes alive. Small package, no! Bang! Keep it, playa. 1, 2, 3. Edric Everhart brought it all to the ring, but wasn't able to connect with the cutter. And Pretty Boy Smooth able to connect with Keep It Playa and retain the Ryse Grand Championship.
Yeah, Edrick might have had PB right where he wanted him, but that half second of hesitation is all PB needed. And hey, still your Ryse Grand Champion, PB Smooth, but we know what's coming up soon. At our next event, it's going to be PB Smooth and the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin.
Pretty Boy Smooth has a date with the Butterfinger champ, and Edric Everhart has to look to the future now. What is next? What is next for the former #1 contender? Pretty Boy Smooth remains the Ryse Grand Champion.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.